Well, hey everybody, welcome back. As you can probably see, I am still not quite in place in my new state. A little bit of a delay trying to find a place to live. Finally got that squared away. But reviews continue no matter what. And today we're taking a look at two different lightweight diner cars in HO scale from Rapido trains. We've got UP here and Canadian National. So we'll take a look at what comes in the box, cover pricing and more details starting now. I've chosen UP for the unboxing because that's my railroad. A little bias there. Got all kinds of paperwork in here, and the blister for the car itself in the box. White River Productions flyer. Also, Super Continental line, which is one of my first reviews actually, was on Rapido passenger cars. So over 10 years later, actually over 11 years later, we're back at it again. And it goes over some of the details in several different languages. And the exploded parts diagram. Paperwork also comes in there. You lose a part, you just find the number, call Rapido, and they will get you set up. So taped to the back of this, I can already feel some stuff here. Got a little box of parts. So water jugs, and then it's got an extra coupler in there as well, and another part. I don't know what that is. And then you have this little doohickey, which is a magic wand, and that operates the lighting of this passenger car. So this is wrapped very well as well. Got tape on this. Unboxing is going to end up being about 20 minutes of the video here. Alright, there we go. Finally out. Rapido diner here. So we'll take a look at all the features of this car. And Rapido does a really good job, so we'll get all zoomed in to take a look. Alright, we don't have the turntable set up, so we can't really do a 360, so I'm just going to put this in different spots. But on the end you can see the vent at the roof here, which shows it's nicely detailed, and it's used for the exhaust from the kitchen on the car, because on this end of the car is where all the cooking happens. Got nice windows and window shade detail, which I'll show you in a moment, along with some other roof areas, including the corrugated joints of the roof when they're basically welding this piece together and putting the car together. And on the real car, this is modeled with molded in areas on this roof as well. UP on the side is nice and clear. You can see inside, not very well from this angle, but there are little dining tables and chairs inside, and on those tables it's actually silverware that's molded on. That's the level of detail that Rapido goes to. On this end here, there are separately applied grab irons on the top, and then some access ladders for the crew on the side as well. So on the ends are the diaphragms with etched metal gates, as you can see here. Very sturdy. Handbrake is also there. These are working diaphragms, which means you have some spring tension to them. Also, they have improved McDonald Cartier couplers installed at the correct height on the ends here. Long shank couplers are included for curves down to 18-inch radiuses. So those will give you a close couple effect with the ones that are installed. Also, magnetic trip pin is on those couplers. Now, on the end, you can see all of the end detail. It doesn't want to stay in focus too much, but as you can see right there, there's airline hoses, and when you turn it upside down, you really get a magnitude of all of the detail. Looks like some electrical conduit and Rapido just goes nuts with the underbody detail. So I'm going to gently set this on its side. We'll look at the truck detail. As you can see there, better than from the side. All of the different plumbing and compartments, fans on the bottom. There's a little fan housing right here, for example. You can just see how much detail they went into below the sill, and it's really good to see that, because you could probably get away with skimping in detail on the model trains because they're mostly wheels down at all times, but they really went above and beyond. What I've done with the lack of a turntable is flipped it around so you can see the other side. There's nice window shade detail there where the actual corrugations, or whatever you want to call them, just kind of frosted window detail. And then all the window detail there, and the little stainless steel plate that's on the doors on this end is there. It's like a kick plate. UP again on the side. I wanted you to see the side detail with all the compartments over here as well. And we'll try to get a good zoomed in view of the truck detail as well for you. And then we'll just go right back. Okay, on one of my first reviews of anything, it was the Super Continental line, as I probably mentioned in the video earlier. In that review, I was a little critical of Rapido because there's a lot of bleed through of the sides, the car sides and stuff, so that's what we're going to check on this car with this release, because this is a product review. So we'll go ahead and kill the lights and see if there's shine through, bleed through. And it looks like that's greatly improved. There's no bleed through of the shell. And maybe if I zoom in just perfectly, you can see inside on the tables is HO scale China. And it might be separately applied or molded into the actual seats on the car. I mean the tables in the car, but either way, that's a level of detail not seen before. But Rapido doesn't surprise me with doing it because they do everything. Also, on the seats, sometimes you'll see really nice details like the little cloth backings and things like that. I can't really catch the angles, but check out Rapido.com and look for these diners. There's 40 and 48 seat diners, and you'll be able to see some up-close photos of the inside detail. Now, one Rapido claim that we're going to check out is that they have a capacitor inside and it causes the lighting to be uninterrupted, flicker-free, so we'll check that out. As like I said, this is a product review. And sure enough, not only is it very free rolling and there's not any body wobble, this lighting is staying steady with that capacitor inside. Alright, so the details on this car, like I said, we'll kind of recap everything we went over that has full underbody detail. We showed that 48 seats or 40 seats, multicolor, basically separate chairs, tables, and kitchen details inside. They have place settings that are detailed, the easy peasy lighting that activates with the magnetic wand, capacitor for flicker free over dirty track, or just track it all with interruptions. You can usually tell when there's no capacitor. Those trucks with inline brake shoes are really nicely detailed. I showed you that on the underbody. Water jugs that came separately, and the couplers, including the long shanks, so you can operate 18 inches. The only thing left to do is mention two other things. One, I want to show you one other scheme real quick just to give you an idea of what's out there. They have multiple schemes available. And then I'll wrap this up with something that you can do to help the owner of Rapido trains out. That would be pretty cool. We'll show you a little something that's outside of the train world. Alright, here's the CN version. I just wanted to show you a different scheme. They have window configuration differences, so road name differences on these cars from Rapido, and that may even include some of the differences on the underbody. I'm not sure, don't really have time to compare and do some of the research I usually do when I'm all parked at home, comfy cozy, but you can see some of the spotting differences right off the bat, including, you know, that stainless steel kick panel that was on the door of the UP. On this side, there's just a kind of beefed up grab iron and a little support bar here that probably allows for access to the door and secures the door when the car's in motion. Yeah. So towards the middle of the car is how you activate the lighting, and just want to show you the inside of this car because it's different with different color seats and such than the other car. So we'll slowly zoom in, hoping not to go out of focus because I am at a pretty good distance here. You can just see that interior pack detail, even those window shades there. And to take the time to put china on the tables, do color variations. I've seen so many manufacturers cut short or shortcut the situation by just, oh, we're going to put a mold inside of all the same color. This is really highly detailed and very neat, very easy to add figures to, and really make this a very realistic looking train. Well, that's going to wrap up the review, and very rarely, actually only one other time, have I talked about things other than model trains in videos at the end, kind of giving a plug. But, you know, a lot of people know Jason Schron, who actually is the CEO of Rapido Trains, even though sometimes he says he's not. And his wife has recently released a book, and I like supporting people in the hobby. So I picked up a copy of this on Amazon. It's You Are Not What We Expected, and this is by Jason Schron's wife, Miss Ludwig. And on the back here, a gorgeous, high, visceral, deeply felt collection of linked stories about how families work and don't work together. The Levine family is unforgettable. That's just one of the many reviews about this book. And then at the bottom here, I'm going to let you pause and read a quick synopsis of the book, if that's what they call it, so you can read all about that. And so my wife, this is on her reading list and on my reading list after she gets done. So if you'd like to support somebody in the hobby, I think it's pretty neat to support one another. You know, I don't really ask for donations or anything like that, but I occasionally like to ask you guys to plug cool things that support people in the hobby. So I'll leave the Amazon link in the description below to that as well. And I've done this before for other authors in the model railroading community. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the review of the Rapido diner car, and we'll see you next time right here on my channel. Hopefully within the next few videos I will be finally moved, but it is a slow process, especially with the virus. Alright, thanks, and take care. Bye-bye.